We're here for section 3. We're gonna go over the undercard right here. I've just been informed that Richie feels fat for this episode, so I'm gonna like show off the gut to make him look good because I'm the only fat one here.
Whoa, I'm looking a little tubby myself.
Well, you've got age on your side. I just got booze in my
Yeah,
gut.
but I'm supposed to be like still a fighter, so.
When was the last time you made 125?
Oh, a year and a half ago.
What are you weighing right now?
157. Whoa.
What about you? What are you tipping the scales at?
Yeah, 185 we'll call it.
All right.
What do you got?
Don't even ask.
220?
230.
230. Oh yeah.
He fought at 170.
Yeah, 230 plus. I don't even know. I haven't even stepped on the scale. I don't give a shit.
Yikes.
Listen,
Well,
if I
what was
made
the heaviest you ever been?
now. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were going to have a good story. Be like,
No,
I
no,
used
no.
to weigh
I wasn't-
250 and
No.
I
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a twig. When I got involved in MMA, I was like 220-ish. I was about 220,
Yeah.
and then I got down to about 200. Just started training, and then when I found out I was fighting, that's when the diet came in, and I got down to like 190, and I was pretty shredded, and cut to 170. I could have made 55, but that's a long time ago. Never again. Never again. It was a general consensus amongst the people in my life outside of the MMA community that a fat, drunk Andy is a happier, more pleasurable Andy than a skinny, fit, dieting Andy. All right, so that's never happening again. As much as I love the fight game, like, nah, it's not
You
me.
shared a story off camera about your first fight, and since you brought it up, I think you should share for people
Which story?
how you found out about your first fight.
So, yeah, so, like, I trained at the Rivera Athletic Center back in the day. George Rivera, what's
Shout
up?
out to George.
Absolutely. And I kind of just got involved, and like I love the stories of him. But when I started, I kind of came in, didn't know anybody.
So you guys were friends?
Well, we didn't know each other.
Let
We
me
didn't know
tell
each
you.
other.
So
Yeah.
when Andy first started going, like, we didn't
Despite
really-
popular belief, I'm actually kind of tough.
when he first started, he was like wicked quiet, like he didn't really know anybody. But like he would come to like fighter practice and like sparring sessions. We were like, who
fuck
is
beat
this
out
guy?
of
Like, and we would just beat on him, and he would keep coming back, and you know what I mean. So like, but it was weird because like
You got some deep-rooted hate or
Yeah.
something, huh?
So we didn't know him, and he was quiet. So we were kind of like, you know, this kid just keeps coming back. Like, all right. So we started to get to know him a little more, and then.
So instead of being nice and like taking it easy, you just kept beating him
Oh,
up.
I
No,
got
we
the
kept
shit
beating
beat
him
out
up.
of me.
That's, no.
Yeah, it was not
I got
easy.
beat up too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when you were what, like a year, maybe 2 in?
I was like closer to 2 years in because I was like off and on for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love hearing the stories like that. When I talk about guys, like, listen, you keep coming in, you keep taking the beatings like that. You're tough. Keep coming, keep trying. And they're like, yeah, funny. We used to say the same thing about you, only just not to you. Like, who is this dude that keeps coming in and doesn't talk to anybody? We just bloodied his nose up and tapped him out 17 times in 3 minutes, and he's back the next day.
But then you started mentioning like, oh, I want to do a kickboxing.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'd be interested in doing like a kickboxing
And there was
sport.
a
I'd lost
case
some
study-
weight.
there was a
I'd
case
lost
study
some,
coming
I'd
out.
lost some weight. I felt decent about some skills. I was like, yeah, I would do a smoker. Next thing you know, I'm like playing cards one night, and we have a
Let
group
me guess, you're
chat.
drinking?
No, I don't drink when I play cards. Actually,
Fun fact.
Fun fact, actually. That's all. If you want to see me stone cold sober, you see me at a casino. I don't drink at casinos.
Okay.
So anyways, beside the fact. I was
Everybody
playing-
at home's watching this being like, yeah, right.
That's true. Anyways, I was playing cards, and just the group chat hits up, and I'm like looking at it. Like, yeah, we got fights for June Cage Titans. We got Santiago 25, Lugo 25, Evans 85, Mutino 35, Kurzankowski 170. I was like, what? So I go back to the gym the next day, and I was like, George, I saw my name on the Cage Titans promo. He's like, listen, dog, you've been working hard. I've been seeing you training. You train hard. You got good work ethic. You got hard. You're looking good. You're ready. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm fighting. Then comes the boiled chicken and spinach and the spiraling vortex of misery where I eat 3 hard-boiled eggs in the morning and then nothing until noon except for a handful of almonds. And pretty much everybody in my life hated me. So
So you didn't even anticipate, like most people
No.
like prepare for that day, like, I'm ready, coach, put me in. They're waiting on a name.
Yeah.
You're literally sitting playing cards.
it was a Facebook message, Andy, you're fighting. Shit, all right. And then
No questions asked. You didn't even get a question.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I took it. So,
So,
it's fine.
well, we got a lot of first timers.
Yeah.
See that segue? We got a lot of first timers on the undercard.
Absolutely, we do.
We got some seasoned amateurs that are trying to make their ways towards an amateur title fight of their own.
17?
Yeah.
14. All right.
So they're figuring their time to go. But anyway, so we have kind of the top of our undercard. It's a fight that when we announced it, it probably got the most reaction. Trevor Goody. I'm still not sure. He's fought for me 8 times. Yeah, you guys say Good, but I heard you say Goody. But Trevor Good, undefeated 2-0 from Florian Martial Art, is taking on Marty Navis, a product of Lozon MMA, who's 2-1. Obviously, if you've seen both these guys fight, you got one guy's a product of Florian Martial Arts, Kenny Florian's gym, his brother Keith Florian's gym. Then obviously you got the Lozon connection, Joe Lozon's gym. So 2 highly respected gyms with 2 very, very skilled head trainers at both of those gyms. And then 2 very talented young up-and-comers.
Who've been
take over for me.
Who's been on the recipient end of Fight of the Night performances in the last few bouts. Goody and Rostanar was an outstanding bout. One of my favorite fights I've
Wasn't
ever
that one of
seen.
your top 5?
That was one of my top 5. It was outstanding.
Was it number 3?
It was. I loved that fight so much. And then just Marty Navis just against Ryan Dunn was just amazing. Just back and forth action. And Marty Navis has big power in his hands. Doesn't care. He's tough as nails. He just goes forward. He's got full of pressure. And Good is just so crafty. He knows how to use his length. He knows how to use his body type. He knows how to use his skills.
How tall would you say he is?
He's like 6'6",
He's
6'7".
like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a big man.
70 pounds.
But this fight is just such a. I don't want to say it's such a great matchup. It really is. 2 guys that are just ready for the next step. And this is one of those fights. It's like if the winner of this fight doesn't feel like they're ready for the pro rankings, they've got to be ready for a title shot. This is definitely a number 1 contender bout of the title if I've ever seen one. It's such a huge fight to look forward to.
This could be a title fight.
It should
honestly,
be a
both
title
guys
fight.
are so.
Who's the 170 champion?
Bobby Gaston.
Bobby Gastia?
4-1.
But he's how long? Yeah, how long?
He's been out since August. He was wrestling over the winter at Bridgewater State.
Yeah.
He will be back in August.
Yeah, all right, great. So, I mean, this is like perfect timing. The winner of this fight should take on Bobby Gassia. I like Bobby. I've met him a bunch of times. Super nice dude. He actually knocked out the kid that beat me. And I was like, oh, that's how you do that. And so, I know he's like busy with school and whatnot, but I'm excited to see him come back. His last fight was at 85. He stepped up.
170.
Weight, right?
He beat John McAndrews for the title.
Yeah.
And then
He knocked him out. No, the fight before that was Betancourt.
Was Betancourt, all right.
Yeah.
Was, all right,
He knocked
cool.
him out like the first punch,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, Gastia he's a huge 170.
These guys.
So these 2 guys should definitely be fighting for a spot to take on Gastia in a title fight. That makes the most sense, absolutely. So I don't know how stingy you are in matchmaking, but this is.
Listen. When I announced this fight, I even put it in the write-up that definitely the winner of this is going to be looking for a title at 170.
Yeah.
Backgrounds tell a big part of this fight. I mean, Trevor, 2-0 undefeated. His first fight, knockout of the night award winner. The second fight, as you mentioned, one of your top 5 favorite fights. Fight of the night. Marty Navis, he's won knockout of the night. His first fight. His second fight. And then he came back and won fight of the night in his last win. These guys put on exciting performances. And they're very skilled fighters. It's just a formula for success.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
And it's
So,
exciting.
sorry, Mr. McGinnis and Mr. Giannetti. This is the fight I'm looking forward to the most. Honestly. On the whole card, this is the fight that I'm like on edge to the most. It really is such a great fight.
Yes.
We got a whole undercard to cover in 6 minutes.
So we got next up, we got a female fight, which everybody loves. Everybody loves the female fights. Lanisha Vincent, she's coming back up from South Carolina.
Beautiful state of South Carolina.
Yes, beautiful state. She had she was, no. I was just going with you. I was flowing with you.
Oh,
You know?
Charleston, South Carolina is my favorite city in the world.
All right, so you've never been there either? No. So either way, Lanisha was in our, she came up a little short in the title bid last event against
Great
Kylie
fight.
O'Hearn.
Awesome.
Put on a great performance, very heavy-handed. I think all 4 of her wins are by TKO. She's a very exciting striker. she's taken on Hillary Rose from US MMA. Hillary's been off for a little bit of time. You know, I don't know what's been her delay. I think she hasn't fought in probably about a little under a year or so. She hasn't fought for Cage Titans in a little longer than that. But Hillary has put on some exciting performances inside the cage herself. She had a knockout of the night performance over Melissa Inferna. Her last time fighting for us. She's a striker. She loves to stand and trade. She has no problem trading with her. She has some really nice and tight technical Muay Thai. But she's also very talented on the ground. You know, so this fight could really go either way. I mean, if you stand with Lanisha, she's shown that she has that knockout power.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she showed a little suspect. You know, she was a little suspect on the ground last event.
I mean, I thought she looked all right. She got stung and took down, but
she's undersized in that fight. I thought.
Yeah.
I think she'll look a lot better at strawweight.
Yeah.
You know.
15.
it's like the only time I've ever seen Hillary fight was when it was plastered, so I can't really say too much about that. But I know she comes from a decent, very solid camp, and she's got a bunch of experience under her belt, and she's the hometown crowd favorite right now.
I mean,
Got like 2 or 3 knockouts too.
Yeah. I
she
mean,
got
as
the
an
power
amateur,
for it,
Hillary's fought, I believe, 7 times. As an amateur, Lanisha's fought 8 times. I mean,
Yeah.
so you don't
It's an
see
awesome
that
fight.
quite
Oh,
often on the
yeah.
amateur. Usually 3-4 fights, and then they're ready to go off to pro. Here, these girls are staying around, really honing their skills and making sure they're prepared for the next level. So, you know, that's a pretty exciting fight that we're pumped up about. Next up, if we're going to go to another fight that's between some really good up and coming amateurs that people have been pretty excited for. I say excited a lot. I got to go to the thesaurus and find some new words that are exciting. But anywho, I wish I was a wordsmith like Mike Hammersmith. But Chris Snyder taking on Antoine Caparotto.
They have a mutual opponent, those two. Snyder was beating the snot out of Quentin Harris. Got caught in the guillotine in the second round. And then Caparotto beat the snot out of Quentin Harris in the following fight that Quentin Harris had. So they got a mutual opponent there. So I don't know how that's going to play out, the game plans of each other, but that's a pretty. I mean, I know Snyder's another guy. Who's he fighting out of?
SBG.
SBG.
Jeff Perez and
Yeah,
guys like that.
He's coming out of your camp. And
He actually just got back from Thailand. He wasn't able to fight for our last show because he was over in Thailand, for I think a month. So he's back from there. He was a collegiate wrestler. He wrestled in college. So this kid, as you saw in his last 2 fights, I mean, against Quentin, I think maybe nerves got a little bit of it. He barreled him down, like you said. He was pounding on him, ground and pound. That ref could have stopped that fight at any moment. And then they didn't. Second round, he comes out, goes for the takedown, and he got guillotined. He got caught in the guillotine. But then his next fight against Seth Jacobs took him down, much of the same. Brutal ground and pound. Hits very, very tough, hard. And then with Antoine, another high-level wrestler, wrestled in high school, was a very talented wrestler in high school. What I'm seeing with Antoine is sometimes it just clicks for guys.
Yeah.
And early in their career, like much like yourself, we talked about that. For whatever reason, it's not clicking at the beginning of your career, then all of a sudden, just something changes, and you just start to flow. Antoine, I believe, won a Naga tournament. His ground game's really coming around to add to his wrestling.
He only has 1 loss, right?
His 1 loss was to Brandon Marot. He got TKO'd in that fight. So that could be one of the better fights on the undercard, if you ask me.
I look forward to that one as well, for sure.
Antoine's fun to watch.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to take a break to the next segment. I'm running out of time here. I'm almost out of beer. I need a refill. I'm making up for lost time after the last episode when I was sober for the whole time, so I need a refill. But
I think
come
we
back.
have 5 more fights on the
Only a few
undercard.
more to talk about, and then we'll take the reins and just kind of flow, speak, and then we'll do the 6-second challenge where I'm going to eat some the tongue of, as the French call it, le vache. So, all right, let's go. Wrap it up.
Everybody, Google Lavash.